Now more than ever, it's important for you and your family to enjoy the spaces you're in most often. Visit FergusonShowrooms.com to shop online or schedule a personalized consultation to meet with our experts at your local Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery. Together, we'll help you make the most of home and create a space you'll love to live in. Get started on your project and discover extraordinary products like the Orizo chandelier from Progress Lighting.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A woman was kicked off of a flight after she had brought a squirrel on board as her emotional support animal. Yeah, squirrel. Somehow she got, I don't know how she squeaked through all the security, but she did, and was able to board the plane with this thing. And when she refused to leave and take her squirrel with her, the police had to be called. The passengers, and this is what sucks, all had to disembark and reboard, causing a 2-hour delay in the departure of Frontier Airlines flight from Orlando to Cleveland. That would have pissed me off.
Did she have a little thing for the squirrel? Like, I'd be just like, just put the damn squirrel in the little box or whatever those things are called, little crates.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have a squirrel in any kind of situation on the plane, whether you have a crate for it or not.
You give them some nuts, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Is what if it takes some nuts that I didn't want to give? Yeah, dude. Yeah. The woman's name is Cindy, and she said that she had a letter from her doctor and a letter from the Americans with Disabilities Act before traveling with Daisy, her 11-week-old squirrel, to help her cope with anxiety in crowds.
11 weeks? That's a lot of... Is it 11 weeks don't have to handle the responsibilities of being an emotional support
seriously.
animal?
You know, and who gave her this letter? And who verified that the squirrel is actually qualified to be this kind of creature for her? That irritates the crap out of me. That really, really does. I mean, I'm all for people that need emotional support animals, but an 11-week-old squirrel, how does that... I thought they had to be trained. I thought the animals had to, know what's up.
Well, no, not for emotional support, because that's like helping somebody with anxiety. Oh. So just having the animal helps them feel calm. I know what you're saying, but, it's not like a seeing eye squirrel.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah, I want one of those.
Right? I keep walking up these trees. I'm blind. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, and does it have to be a squirrel at this point? Why? And if she really, really needs help, how about you go get a cat or a dog, an approved animal?
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's especially since it's only 11 weeks old, so it's not like she's been with it that long.
And apparently Frontier, the airline that she was going on, they don't allow rodents on the plane. So,
well, I don't know how many planes do.
Well, apparently Frontier doesn't. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how many they allow in the cabin. To be honest, maybe they allow like gerbils and stuff. I have no idea. To be honest, in some places,
Well, Richard Gere's been doing that for years.
Hey. Right? Here's Cindy talking about the whole situation.
It's cruel what they did to me. And she said, are you getting off the plane? If you don't, then we have to deboard everybody. Okay, deboard them. But I'm taking my squirrel with me. I said, you're not taking my squirrel, sorry. She'll fit in the palm of my hand. I can cover her up with my other hand. She gives you kisses. She was in a carrying case.
Oh, she had a carrying case.
Now, the problem is, though, if somehow I've seen people let these guys out. Like, dogs are supposed to be in crates, and yet I see it every time on Alaska. Sorry, Alaska, but, the cute dog gets to stick its head out. Next thing you know, everybody loves the dog, and I'm like, well, the
You're
dog
just
is
jealous because they love the dog more than they love you.
Exactly. Yeah. But the thing is, if the woman does the same thing with the squirrel, and the squirrel gets out, what if the squirrel starts wrecking people? I mean, I can't blame the airline, can I?
I don't know. Dude, I didn't think you could have a squirrel as a pet. I know we see it from time to time, but like one of my buddies from college recently, a squirrel kind of got attached to him in some weird turn of events. Like, he tried to let the squirrel free, and the squirrel just kept staying by his side. But he's like, eventually it's going to grow claws, and I can't have this in my house. I got to find a place to put it. So, I mean, I don't know how many weeks this woman can have this damn squirrel before it starts getting dangerous.
Yeah. Here's some of the passengers that were on the flight who got delayed by this whole thing.
We heard that there was a squirrel on the plane that we needed to get off. We didn't want to get off. We were like, we're ready to go, let's go. But there's a squirrel. Who would have a squirrel, no offense, as a pet?
She should not have been able to get past TSA. If the squirrel was an animal that can't be on the plane, why did she even get as far as she did?
That's a very good question. In Boston, they slowed me down. They flagged my bag. They didn't even tell me why. The metal detector is a lot more sensitive in Boston, so it's like all of a sudden my belt buckle, in TSA, a big check. And yet the squirrel,
wasn't that iron sex toy that you would like to carry around with?
Oh no, that's approved. But they know about that, so they can see the shape of it. And
yes.
Plus, I store it in an applicable place.
Yes, so keep it warm.
Yeah, exactly. So how does a squirrel get through TSA?
It's not made of metal.
Well, the story says it's up to individual airlines to decide what animals they will or will not let on the plane. The squirrel was screened the same way as cat would be screened, and the TSA does not have any specific rules against squirrels.
Oh, okay. Well, that's how it happened then.
So she got through.
All right.
But, you would almost, I don't know, man, maybe putting too much stress on these TSA people to be like, hey, there should be, what flight are you on? Oh, well, it turns out Frontier doesn't allow squirrels, ma'am, so you might want to rethink this whole situation.
I would have been okay with her keeping the squirrel on the plane. I would have been fine.
I wouldn't have cared as long as she kept it in the damn crate.
Yeah, I would have been like, look, I don't want to be delayed 2 hours. Just let her do with the squirrel and deal with it on the other end.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if I had to make the choice, I don't want to be delayed. Keep the squirrel on the plane with the lady.
Then again, I'm the type, I just want to get to where I need to go. So if they even caught like somebody who was like a terrorist, I'd be like, just keep him on the plane. Yeah. Keep him cuffed.
Yeah.
Can I just get home?
Yeah.
This is a 5-hour flight.
I'm with you, man. Yeah. Oh, that's Osama? That's okay. As long as you know where he is. But let's not delay the plane.
Right.
Yeah. Cindy says that she plans on, doing the old American dream. She's suing the airline.
I will own a big portion of this airline. I'm going for blood.
Wow.
I am going all the way. I am contacting an attorney and take it from there.
And they say millennials are entitled. I'm sorry, this lady sounds super old, and guess who we learned it from?
I can't blame you, Danny.
She is super old.
I love it because when they're wheeling her out, she's in a wheelchair. She's just flipping everyone off,
Victory.
and then gives she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, it's like you want people to have empathy for you needing an emotional support animal. Okay, but then the way you're treating everybody, and the way you're being, and the way you're going after the airline, why do you think you deserve any sympathy at this point? It's just
the hostility in this room is really making me need a support squirrel.
Oh, yeah?
Kind of feeling a little anxious.
Oh, yeah? You're feeling a little anxious?
You need to get squirrely?
Yeah. I feel a little squirrely. I see what you did there.
I like that she's trying to buy, like she thinks she's going to have a huge part of this airline. Like, how did you become CEO?
Yeah.
I traveled with a squirrel.
Yeah. I don't know, though. I don't know much about Frontier Airlines. I feel like it's a small joint. I never heard of them.
I've heard of them.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe she could maybe this lawsuit will give her like a good part of the airline. I have no idea.
Win this lawsuit.
You don't think she's going to win?
Maybe you're right. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
They'll give her some money to shut her the hell up.
They'll settle.
That's it.
They'll,
I think, it's just like, we don't want to deal with this. Take this money, especially with all the issues with the airlines, like within the last, couple of years.
If it's going to cost them, like, say, $100,000 to actually go to court, they will settle for less than that just because it saves them money. So she might get $50,000 out of the deal.
Yeah.
I'm getting myself a squirrel if that's the case.
Yeah, $50,000. You get how about that?
One person says, so I can't bring my 12-ounce bottle of water from home, but this woman gets by with a squirrel.
Now you know. You know why? Because nobody ever brought an explosive squirrel on the plane.
That's true.
Until that happens, squirrels are going to be okay.
If somebody wants to know what a squirrel sounds like, asking me.
Oh, well, you're used to, storing your nuts.
I haven't done a squirrel impression now.
I was going to say, you haven't done a squirrel. I hope not.
No, not in this lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh, squirrel
all right, here we
impression
go.
On a plane?
Here we go.
I don't know. What does a squirrel sound like?
I don't know. You're the animal impressionist.
I'm trying to work it so I have nuts in my mouth.
Oh, well, I know how to fix that.
I did find squirrel sounds from an eastern gray baby tree squirrel.
I need inspiration.
There you go. Okay. You can do that.
Oh,
what is that?
Flying.
That's the plane.
It's the airplane.
Oh, you're on the plane. Should have known because you put your arms out there with the wings. I should have realized that.
I have nuts in my mouth.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm flying.
Okay.
And I'm a squirrel.
Yeah, I feel like I'm there. One more time, Steve. I'm going to close my eyes. I think.
I can't do it anymore.
I'm on the plane, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see it
give
now.
you some hand sanitizer so you don't touch anything with that spit on your fingers.
Oh,
Thank
God,
you.
My spit. I
I
don't
know,
care.
but you're going to touch my stuff.
Eventually.
I'm touching your hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I got you. There,
All right,
you
there you go.
go.
There we go.
I squeezed
Dang.
it in your hand. Thank you.
Dang. Besides all the nuts you've been gathering, you really should be washing your hands. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, of course. Well, look, people hear about this story on late night. They're going to joke about it. And on Jimmy Kimmel Live last night, that was the case.
A woman was removed from a Frontier Airlines flight because of an unapproved emotional support squirrel. All the passengers had to get off the plane because of this squirrel, which wouldn't have been a problem were it not for the 53 emotional support dogs chasing it around the cabin.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, my old dog Lucy used to love when a squirrel was in the backyard. She would go crazy.
I had not thought about that. If there were any emotional support dogs on there or any kind of assisting dogs, yeah, the squirrel would. That's another reason why I don't think you can have it on there.
God, yeah.
Whoa.
Dogs love chasing squirrels.
That's a battle right there.
Lucy gave 2 squirrels heart attacks and killed them.
Oh, well, that's a lovely story.
It was awkward as F.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm watching her, and it was always fun because she'd look out the window and she'd be like, "There's a squirrel, let me out." And they'd open up the door and she'd run out trying to play with it because Lucy was harmless. Remember Lucy?
Oh, yeah.
And she'd run up one time, though the squirrel usually would run away, but this one squirrel try to do a little bit of a face off and just kind of stared at Lucy, and Lucy finally got to it, didn't know what to do, so she just kind of looked at it, and the squirrel had a heart attack and just keeled over.
Oh, damn.
And then it happened again, same situation.
Whoa. God, I didn't know squirrels could have heart attacks.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming. I'm no coroner.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you didn't do an autopsy?
No.
Oh, okay.
CSI squirrel.
Damn, dude. Poor squirrels getting stressed out. People needing squirrels because they're stressed out. I've actually got the top little thing that stresses all out on a daily basis. I think if we find out what stresses us out, maybe we don't need these emotional support squirrels in the first place.
And we don't know what holding a squirrel feels like. It could maybe make you feel less anxious.
Well, you don't know. I like this. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about the thing that stresses us out. The very little thing that stresses us out on a daily basis. I'll tell you at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. All morning long, we've been talking about people getting stressed out, support squirrels. The world is stressed, and we need to figure out what the hell to do about it. Maybe it is a squirrel.
We need squirrels.
Yeah.
Lots of squirrels.
I like to look at I really like to take a look at what's the cause, what's the core. And this new survey found the little things that stress us out on a daily basis, and here they are. And this one is you, Steve, and me, and a lot of your computer freezing.
Oh, no, you know who? All right, if we had to pick the person who hates it the most on our show, I would have to vote the Reverend Infuego.
That's true. Yep, you win.
Dude, at least once a week I get a very colorful language email from the Reverend Infuego about what he thinks about our computers.
You just mentioned computers and my eyes started involuntarily twitching.
Yep.
Like that whole scene in the Office Space where they go out and they take the printer with the baseball bats. I want to do that all the time to these computers.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking it's going to happen at some point.
Oh, yeah. His last day here will be that.
Excuse me, I'm just going to take these with me. Where are you going with them? Oh, just to a field. Don't worry about it.
It's like that security guy in our old building before we moved to this new building, and he finally hit a breaking point with computers because at some point during the evening, he went up to the very top floor and threw his computer off the ledge.
Yeah.
Which is very scary to think. Good thing he did it in the overnights when nobody was walking around the neighborhood because it's a pretty busy area down there.
Yeah, still, though, that's pretty dangerous. But I can see why somebody would want to destroy their computer.
I've come close to punching the screen.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one time I was in the middle of doing a massive video project that needed to get done by a certain point, and it was a big deal for the company, and I was waiting for it to save, and then the computer froze and said restarting, and I knew that most of it was saved, but the ending was a flurry of edits that I was just like, well, I'll just save it right at the end, and then it just crashed. And boy, oh boy, I just wanted to go Rocky Balboa on that damn screen. I was like, that's probably frowned upon.
Yeah. I know, it's a beating. So that being number one on this list of things that stress us out on a daily basis, that makes sense. And these little things, man, can really add up because number two is slow internet. Again, productivity. Yeah, that's why I don't hang in this building. I can't handle it. And my home internet is faster than what we get here because so many people are using it. Plus, we're in a building in a city.
I sometimes have to turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone because the Wi-Fi here is so damn slow that my data plan is quicker.
Isn't that crazy?
That's sad.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that. I'm like, no, I'm done. And they always look at me like, well, what are you talking about? I go, dude, I know you guys do your best. You're a big company, but your internet just can't compete with what I got.
You got the best internet ever.
It's because it's just me. That's why. There's nobody. There's not like 400 people in a building trying to figure it out. Screaming kids is number 3, Steve.
That doesn't bother me.
Well, that's because you don't have any.
Right, it's not my kids.
Well, one day you may have it, and one day you might be like,
I'll be music to my ears.
Oh, yeah, good for you.
Yeah, I'm clearly being sarcastic.
Yeah. And I was a stress ball anyway, and I caused a lot of it myself, but the kids didn't help, that's for sure.
One person says, going back to the computer thing, I have snapped a keyboard in half. That's
I'd like to see that.
Amazing.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Because, those keys fly everywhere. Oh, it must be an epic-looking scene.
Snap it.
Well, that person's got skills. I don't think I get snapped.
You can do it over your knee.
I probably hurt myself with that.
Oh, maybe slightly, but I think you can do it over your knee.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I'm glad at least slightly I'll be, but you'll take care of me.
Of course.
Yeah. Damn, I can see you doing it, though.
Snapping this thing?
Yeah.
I don't want to, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, over the knee, sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, same thing. But for you won't hurt yourself.
That's one of those moments where you'll be like, this is amazing, until it finally snaps and you're like, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like whenever you break something and throw your phone, remember, like in the days of being a little more angry?
Yeah.
And you make that mistake, and it's like right when you're throwing it against whatever, you're like, this is feeling so good. And then as soon as it happens, you're like, that was a terrible idea. I have to get a new phone. I have to patch the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 4 on this list of little things that stress you out, misplacing your wallet. Yep.
I just keep them in my jeans and don't wash my jeans, and then everything's good to go.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I have a wallet chain.
Yeah, Danny does have that old school from the 80s wallet chain.
Stuck to me.
Yeah.
But I never really lose my I know some people are the type of person that just takes their wallet out, puts it down somewhere and at work on their desk or something, like I can't find my wallet. I'm like, well, how do you lose your wallet? Just keep it in your pocket.
Well, that I don't understand.
I get for chicks, maybe.
Right. Well, I have mine in my jacket, but I hear that a lot of dudes put their wallet in their butt. Like their butt pocket.
Whoa.
Their butt pocket.
Okay.
Because I used to do that too. I had a Metallica chain wallet back in high school, Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
When they were cool.
When I was
cool.
But I would take it out because I heard it was bad for your back to sit on it because your spine was all weird. So
That's
I know
true.
a lot of people take it out for that reason.
I never have worn my wallet in the back pocket because growing up I was told because there was some pickpocketing issues and theft was an issue growing up in the area. So they're just like, if you are if you put it in your back pocket, you're more prone to have somebody reach in there and grab it.
That's exactly why I put it in my front pocket. Yeah.
So I've always kept it in my front pocket for that reason, and then eventually it just got to the point where that's the only way I know.
See, I don't really have pockets in most of my pants. Is that uncomfortable at any point? It doesn't get tight or anything?
No.
We don't wear our pants as tight as you guys do.
I mean, at the gentleman's club, sometimes you might have to kind of move it out.
Just kind of scooting over. See what you got to do.
Wow. Somebody says, Steve, you already know what screaming kids sound like. You work with BJ.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Hey, like a big old baby.
Tell him he's wrong.
Steve, would you text them back and tell them to go F themselves?
Okay.
Thanks.
How do you want me to spell the full word?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, BJ says go.
Yeah. Number 5 on the list is traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and in our area, no doubt about it.
Yes.
I feel like the more I'm stuck in it, the more at peace I've become with traffic.
Oh, Zen traffic, huh?
Bro, it's at the point where it's like nothing is getting... me getting angry about it's not going to fix anything. I'm just stuck in it.
I have the bladder issue.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like I really don't want to be on the road that long because once it is, and I've got the damn Gatorade bottle in the back if I have to. But even
do you really have a Gatorade bottle?
Well, you never know when you're going to need it.
Have you done it?
I haven't needed it.
Okay,
never. But I mean,
today's the day.
I mean, it's just you never know when you're going to be stuck in traffic, and then
have you even practiced yet? Do you even know how to go about it?
I don't know what you're supposed to.
I mean, you put the round peg in the round hole.
Yeah.
But while you're doing it, while you're sitting in the car. This can be a difficulty thing, and you don't want to get that everywhere.
Well,
I think you need to have a couple
Gatorade
practice
bottle.
rounds.
Are you going to a Coke bottle?
You're not going to try and drive while doing that.
Well, I mean,
off to the side at least.
No, you can't. I mean, what if you're stuck in traffic? You don't have you can't move.
Well, you better hope that traffic doesn't pick up while you're in the middle.
Well, and I don't really have anything to cover me either. I was thinking about all the truck drivers.
See, this is why you need to practice.
Yeah.
Then you got to thrust your hip up and then work it out.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I have the bottle.
I almost had to the other morning when we were headed to Postdoc Brewing, me and Uncle Chris. We got stuck in traffic from West Seattle to Redmond in about 2.5 hours of traffic.
Oh!
I needed the bathroom so bad.
Were you driving?
No, he was. He kept telling me
you could have done that.
He was like, just go out the window. And I was like, he didn't have any bottles.
Just do it in his glove compartment.
Okay, that's what I'm doing next time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, that's why I have that bottle, because you just never know. But that's me, being prepared. And it's big enough, I think even women can use it, because it's Gatorade.
I've done it in a Starbucks cup once.
Oh, good for you.
You guys are lucky. You can do that. I have to get a shiwi, and I don't even know if I can do that sitting down.
Or a funnel.
That's what the shiwi is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's basically a funnel.
It's a girl funnel for so we could pee standing up.
How do you not have a girl funnel in your purse? You've got everything in that.
Gosh, right?
Yeah, because then it'd be gross and dirty.
No, you use it one time.
Well, no, you're not going to spend like $10 up every time.
Yeah, it's like Ziploc bags or something, right?
Yeah, just bring a Ziploc. He's right. Bring a Ziploc bag.
With my luck, I'll get pee everywhere.
Or just get one of those paper funnels from the gas station that you use for oil changes.
Yeah, that's it.
That won't get all over my hands.
No, not at all.
Like I said, you got to practice.
Rev is right.
Yeah, well, you go ahead and practice up like you're going to be in the Pee Olympics. Go right ahead.
One person says, I've used a Gatorade bottle to pee, and I had to pull over on the freeway and go in the back of my work van.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should pull over then. All right, fine.
Somebody says, I've used the old Gatorade bottle, no mess and pressure relieved.
See? Number 6 stressful thing on this list, being late. Anybody care about that around here, though? I feel like nobody cares about being late around here. Yeah, maybe that's an East Coast thing.
I used to. It's just, I mean, things are going on regardless.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? You're going to show up.
Yeah.
You're going to get there. I hope for the best.
I realize nobody cares if you're like 5 to 10 minutes late around here.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Just nobody. I stressed myself out about it a bunch, and then I realized nobody gives a crap.
Which is kind of nice in its own way.
But I mean, I do my best not to be late. So, you know what I mean? I don't want to be, but when it happens, I found, like Rev said, I've reached out to the people. I'm like, I'm so sorry I'm running late. And they're like, we're running late too. Who cares?
Yeah, that's exactly how it always is. I mean, whenever I have to meet anybody for lunch or something like that, I know that they're going to be late. Doesn't matter. I still show up somewhat close to the time, but I'm getting more and more lax. And I just went back to the East Coast last week, and it's like, oh man, I was a little late for the high school reunion, and people were giving me grief. It's like it started at 6:30. I'm there at 6:35. Oh, look at you, Mister. Come to the party when you want to. I'm like, it's only 5 minutes, but it's like,
would you tell them that you're a local celebrity in Seattle, and that's just how you do things?
That's how I do things,
yes.
buddy. I always show up late to these parties.
I'm a big deal.
Number 7 on this list is my number 1: misplacing your phone. I think that's even higher than the wallet these days.
See, it's in the other pocket. I always have a phone in one pocket and then the wallet in the other pocket.
But I take out my phone a lot, and sometimes I'll put it down for whatever reason. I don't know why, because it's. But I feel like that's the one thing that I'll put all over the house, wherever I'm doing something, and I'll have the phone in my hand. And I'll just leave it here, and I'll know I left it here. I don't have the wallet out that much, so I have more opportunity to misplace that darn phone.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never lost a phone. Watch I lose it today.
There you go. Today's the day, Steve.
That'll be just great.
This one here, of course, you guys are really, really fortunate to work with me because it doesn't bother you. Annoying coworkers, you don't have those.
No, not a single one.
Not a single
Nobody
one.
stresses us out.
Now, I have a lot of them, but you know what? I do my best. Yeah.
I had a full head of hair before I worked with you.
Oh, did you?
No.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful afro.
Yeah.
It surely was.
It was an afro.
It was a Johnny Bravo.
Yes.
Looking real good, Greg Brady. Number 9 is also right up there. It's my number 2, being on hold with customer service.
Yeah. Or then sometimes when they chime in with that robot voice that sounds like a human, and you start talking like, no, you're a robot. And then all the numbers, hit 1 for this, and you can't do the old hack of hitting 0 to get right to the operator.
I know, that used to be the best hack.
No, they're on to everybody.
Well, some of them can, because I just did that yesterday, and I did.
Oh,
I just went 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
They need to fix that up, Ricky.
Yeah, I'm like 0, 0, 0. It's like, because they're like, oh, that is not. I'm like, nope, just keep hitting it like an idiot.
Yeah, if you smash it a bunch of times, usually it'll just go to an operator.
Well, Steve is apparently dealing with some high-class companies because it doesn't work for him. They're wise to Steve.
The most stressful part is always then when they have to pass you off to somebody, and you know in the back of your mind you have to explain the exact same thing you just explained to that person again.
Yeah.
And then they're going to pass you on, and then sometimes you get disconnected.
Oh, I hate that.
That's when I lose my mind.
Yeah.
Because now I got to go through the whole rigmarole again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I've started to do the online thing. Boy, they tell you to, don't call us, but instead just chat with somebody online. I've done that recently, and it's gone quicker.
It works?
Yeah, it's gone quicker and nicer. I'm realizing everybody seems to be cooler with basically the internet chat. So I don't know if I'm going to call people anymore like I used to. I thought that's the only way I'm doing it. I'm going to call customer service, but internet chat with customer service has seemed to go really well for me. So I might start doing that.
Trying that. Yeah, I always
get somebody right away too. There's like they're right there. Hi, I'm Sammy. I'm right here.
It's probably a robot, but it works.
Yeah, as long as it looks like I'm talking to somebody, and Sammy fixed my problem very quickly. I was like, okay, whereas I would have been pressing 5 and pressing 9 and pressing 3, and then maybe getting disconnected. Yesterday, Steve, he actually surprised a lot of us by getting this one right.
How many players are there on a standard Quidditch team?
Oh, there is 2.
No.
3?
No.
Oh, that's cribbage. Quidditch, I believe there's 7.
Yes.
Wow. How? Really? How?
I'm a lot smarter than you think.
That's Harry Potter, though. You don't even...
I got really freaking lucky.
Yeah, you sure did. That's how it goes, yeah. All right, you want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Innovation, resilience, agility. It's how Michigan businesses work together and continue to build the future. Our expertise, talented workforce, and collaborative environment are making a difference now and shaping the future. Join us and make your mark where it matters. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio to put your plans in motion. That's michiganbusiness.org/radio.